we are back at it again with my dirty ass vanity and my dirty ass mirror for a story time. And I know, it's been a minute, but life happens. Also, like, my whole bang situation, I don't know what's going on there, but just, I'm trying my best. So this story takes place when I was in the 7th grade, and how my school worked was that, like, we're put in, like, groups of students, and I guess, I don't know if we had a name for each group, but basically we were stuck with that same group of students throughout the whole day, and we just rotated classes with the same group. And I'm not gonna lie, like, my group in particular was, like, the rowdiest group, the brattiest group, the group that every teacher hated. That was me. Not me particularly, but my group, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't me. I was a good child. Though I did talk a lot. That was my main issue. I just talked a lot. I couldn't help it. I was popular, you know. So like I said, my group was the one that had, like, the badass kids. And it just so happened I was friends with, like, a lot of the badass kids. So a lot of times when they would get in trouble, they would get me in trouble. And, like, I was always innocent. Like, yes, I would encourage it sometimes, but, like, I'm a victim. But, like, my main issue was just talking. Like, I would talk a lot. I'll admit I would talk a lot. But, like, actually being rude and disrespectful, like, to the teachers, I wouldn't do that. I was never the type to talk back to teachers. I was never the type to, like, cause problems like that, because I knew, like, you're not supposed to do that, which you aren't supposed to do that. And if you do that, don't do that. Like, that shit's just so ugly. Don't do that. Like, they don't get paid enough to deal with your bullshit, okay? But nonetheless, there was always those teachers who were just shitty teachers and who would always pick on the students and try to start shit with the students because they're just shitty people, you know, public school teens. Anyway, so there's this one teacher, we're gonna call her Miss Wonderbird because she was white, but she would pick on me a lot, and that didn't sit right. That really didn't. Things escalated when we were supposed to be taking, I think, what is called a bench test, and it's supposed to be like an important test, but no one was taking it seriously, and literally everyone was talking. When I tell you everyone, I mean everyone. I was not the only one who was talking. And it just so happened that throughout that entire class, like, she didn't say anything to me. She didn't tell me to stop talking. She didn't call me out. She didn't call out anyone. I thought, like, I was allowed to talk because she didn't say anything. So you can imagine my surprise when I get a detention slip from her because I was talking during a test. And I was a little bummed out, but I knew I wasn't the only one who was going to get a detention. So I was like, you know what? It's going to be lit. You know, a bunch of my friends are going to be in detention together. Like, who cares? What's the big deal? I was the only one in the entire class to get a detention. So obviously I was just like, no, ma'am. No, I'm not going to serve this by myself. That doesn't sound like fun. I don't deserve this. So I went to go talk to her about it, and I was just like, you know what? I don't think I deserve this, okay? Because I wasn't the only one who was talking. And in fact, there's people who were talking a lot more than me. So, like, I ain't trying to rat anybody out, but other people deserve it too. So she tells me how, like, supposedly she was telling me a bunch of times to stop talking and I wasn't going to listen and that this is a really important test and da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, when did that happen? So for, like, us to serve detention, you have to have your parents sign a detention slip and turn it in. So I was just like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this. I'm going to tell my mommy. So I told my mom the situation, and she was just like, no, like, you're not going to serve a detention while everyone else isn't. Like, that's just stupid and not fair. So I never turned in the detention slip. And every day while I was in class, she asked me, like, where's the detention slip? Like, you have to show your mom your detention slip. And I was like, I did, sis. She don't want to sign it. So every single day, like clockwork, she kept asking me about the detention slip because she, I guess, thought I was lying and purposefully not showing my mom the detention slip. But I told her, I'm like, sis, you can call my mom right now. I'll put her on the phone for you. She's not going to sign it, so I don't have to serve it. So about a week passed when she decided to pull a little stunt that had me, I was just like, bitch. So she asked to see me after lunch. And so when she asked to see me, I thought it was going to be like a private conversation. No. She decided to put on a show. So she literally calls me into her classroom with, like, 8 other students in my grade, and at this time in her classroom there was an entire grade of 7th graders who were sitting there waiting for class. So she lined us up in front of the class and started interrogating me. It literally felt like I was being put on trial again. Like, she was literally, like, calling up witnesses to the stand. Like, there's one girl named Julia, and she was like, didn't you tell her to stop talking? And Julia's like, yeah, I told her. And I was like, who the fuck is Julia? I was like, bitch, I don't even talk to you. The fuck? Anyways, I was mad because also, like, in the, like, classroom of 7th graders that was in front of us, one of my ex-boyfriends was there, and, like, we had, like, just broken up, so I was just like, oh my god, like, what a bitch. She kept trying to put me on the spot, and that seriously just bugged me, because I was just like, dude, I was not the only one talking. I was not the only one talking. So I just blew up on her, because it was just so frustrating. I don't like being put on the spot like that. I don't like being cornered and trying to make, like, someone trying to embarrass me or make me look stupid. Like I told her, my mom refuses to sign it. If you have a problem with that, you take it up with her. Like, why are you questioning me, a child, about it and, like, trying to, like, put on this whole show? Like, I'm just like, be a fucking adult and call my mother then. So after I said what I had to say, I walked out, and it was funny because she was trying to act like she was dismissing me, and she was like, okay, thank you. And I was just like, no, bitch, I'm walking out on my own. After that, the subject was dropped. She left me alone, as she should.